It is late. It's actually early for me, but it's probably late for you all. I don't know. But I had a lot of things going on today. Okay. And it was a slow news day. I did scavenge up some topics that are really, really good. Obviously, because that's what we do over here. But welcome back to the Daily Dose with Des show. And I am your host, Des. And I still haven't found my co-host yet. But when I find one, you will see one. Okay, we will get one up in here. You know, I'm trying to get one of my favorite athletes, which I know is Rondé Lucky, to come and be on the show. I'm trying to get him to come on the show because we be kikiing, you know. But no, that's my dog, and I would really love him to be on the show. But he's training, trying to be a professional athlete and stuff, you know, being a dad. So hopefully he sees this and he's like, yo, when I'm coming on the show. He literally called me on my birthday asking me when he coming on the show. And he ain't been on the show yet. But it's okay. It's okay. But we have a lot in store for you. It'll be a shorter show than usual, I think. But I know I always lie. I said it every time and it's never the truth. So we'll see. Because I'm trying to go do my nails. So, you know what we got to do. Make sure you're hitting that like button. That like button is your friend and it's my friend. And it's the way that we can continue to be friends. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are 92 subscribers away from hitting the goal of 500. And you might be like, 500? That's a little. Yeah, because we build things authentically over here. Okay? Now, if y'all want me to start buying it, then somebody gonna have to send me some money. But we're trying to do it authentically over here. So please subscribe. Even if you don't even watch the video, bro. Subscribe. Tell your people to subscribe. Okay? I be giving you the real deal, Holyfield. I don't really like to sugarcoat too much. I try to give you what I have, give you the facts, because a lot of people don't be spreading the facts. They just be spreading their opinions, and we know we don't do that over here. Okay, we give opinions, but we spread the facts. So please, we're trying to hit the goal before December. I want to say before December 25th, but I mean, I feel like that's not bad. 92 subscribers. I mean, I grew this channel to this where it's at right now, and we had 0 at the beginning of the year. So we're doing good. Okay, but anyway, subscribe. And tune in on all social media platforms at PG Love Sports. You know what to do. Like right now. Okay? Because if you don't, I'm going to be not a happy camper. But I'll be right back after you know what? The introduction.
How we do it now. Daily dose with this. You coming back for more.
Okay, let's get into the stuff. Okay, there's just so many things going on, but let's start off on a high note. A'ja Wilson. So last night, she looked great in the cheetah. By the way, the cheetah was. I love a good animal print. But she got inducted into the Gamecocks Athletic Hall of Fame. And for some reason, I thought that they had already done this because, you know, she has a statue, her number is on the court, so they retired her jersey. So I just thought that all of this had already happened already. But they have done it last night, and we are so excited to see it, right? We love round of applause. Starting off our show with some Black girl magic, or just women magic, women in sports magic. I love to see it. It was so super dope. I watched some of the interviews and things, and I love how just every time she is acknowledged with something, she is rewarded with something, she makes history about something, she is always so humble. And it's like, I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, she's like, yeah, of course I'm, but she comes across as really being this most genuine and humble person, like every step of the way. And I think that she has amazing support behind her. Her parents are there every step of the way. And now Bam is there, which I think they're gonna get married. And I said this before too, a couple shows ago, but him being there now, just showing up for her and celebrating her in those moments, and just seeing how she continues to evolve into this wonderful and beautiful woman and athlete, and what she's doing for women in sports, specifically women in basketball, is just something that is so heartwarming. Something that is just so, I'm trying to contain myself because I'm really, really excited for her. I love seeing her accomplish something else. It's kind of like, okay, now what is next? What is her to get? What is next? What is next? The WNBA Hall of Fame, obviously, but it's like there's always just something, like every year she's putting up a new accolade or accolades, and it's just so heartwarming to see, especially a woman of color, and being able to do what she does at the most highest and elite level, and she's nowhere near stopping. It's just really, really great to see. So I'm really glad that they finally put her into the Hall of Fame, because it's well deserved, leading the Gamecocks to their very first national championship in 2017. And ever since then, she's been championship bound nearly every year since then, just being the best her that she can be every year since then. So congratulations, A'ja Wilson, for another major accomplishment. And us at Pretty Girls Love Sports cannot wait to see what you continue to do in the future, and how you continue to put on for the women in sports, specifically the women in basketball. Okay. So now that that is out of the way, I had to start the show on something that was just like upbeat, positive, super great. Something that's like, it's no way that you are turning your nose up or down at that. It's just like, it's no way. I can't see how you would be doing that. But before I move on to this other topic, I do want to just say, I think every show I'm trying to give you something different. But today I ran into somebody while I was at the store, and it just reminded me, and the way that it happened is, I'm trying to say it without saying it. Okay, we're just gonna say it. But sometimes you are a blessing to other people, and they don't need to bless you back. They may, but it's not needed or guaranteed or necessary. Sometimes you are literally the gift that someone needs in their life at whatever specific moment. And you never know who that person is or what that person is going through. This may sound super cliche, but sometimes you need to be reminded of it, right? Because as simple as smiling at someone and just saying hello in the store could really just change the trajectory of that person's life. It could also change your trajectory of your life, but sometimes you are a gift from God to someone, and they really, really needed it at that time. So always remember that everybody is going through something, even if they don't look like they're going through something. And sometimes all they need is a smile. Sometimes all they need is a hello. And sometimes all they really need is maybe for you to just to look in their direction. So continue to be a shining light to people, because when you shine a light, you are going to get blessed 10 times more, and your light is going to shine 10 times brighter, because you are doing the great thing. You're doing a wonderful thing, and you're continuing to just spread joy in other people's lives. So joy is going to come back to you in a tenfold. That's all I wanted to say. Okay. Now that I'm out my psychology bag, okay, let's get back into some sports. So I think that the New York Liberty might be cooked. And here's why. So I reported on it before that they fired their head coach, Sandy Brondello, and she is now going to be the head coach for the Toronto Tempo. Comes out today that they're now assistant coach from last year, Miss Raman, has now been hired with the Seattle Storm to be their head coach. Remember, I was like, Seattle Storm can come and get the coach. Well, apparently it wasn't Sandy, but it was her. So now the New York Liberty are without a head coach and an assistant coach. I don't know who they're going to get now. I'm not sure who they're going to get now. I don't know who their coach is going to be now. Maybe they'll get a college coach. Maybe they'll have one of the college coaches like Dallas is doing, and they're getting the head coach from University of South Florida. It's kind of late in the game because women's basketball just started up for college. So it's going to be really hard to try to get yourself a coach. I think that the college coach coming from USF already kind of knew and they had this in negotiation. So he probably was already setting it up for the next person to take over. So they wouldn't just be like, SOL. But this right here, I don't know who's going to be the next coach for New York. And they look kind of cooked to me. They may actually be cooked because this was, but maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to be positive here. We're going to be positive, and we're going to say positive things. New York Liberty, they're going to find a phenomenal head coach and a phenomenal assistant coach, and they're going to have a phenomenal season. Is that enough positivity? Yeah. Okay. Well, round of applause for her getting a brand new head coaching job. She was an assistant coach for 3 years with the Memphis Grizzlies, and then she became an assistant coach with the WNBA, with the New York Liberty, and now she's going to be a head coach. So talking about putting in the work, making it through the ranks, doing what you need to do to really show up for yourself, to be the coach that you want to be, and having these opportunities and always stepping full throttle into the opportunities, I think it's just lights out. I'm super duper excited that we see a woman going to coach the Seattle Storm, because everybody kept saying, oh, they're going to go get a male. They're going to get a man coach. They don't want women. Like, let's be for real. Okay. Let's be for real. Really, it should be who's the best person for the job. Should women coach in the WNBA? Absolutely. Should they coach in the NBA? Absolutely. Should they coach in the NBA G League? Absolutely. But we all know that there are more male coaches than there are female coaches. So who made the best coach win? And obviously she was the best coach and she won. And that's all that we need to worry about at this moment. But me swinging myself into opportunities and saying, making use of the best opportunities that you have, we're going to jump into football for just a quick second, right? So when I just added this because I was like, oh, golly. Okay, so Lane Kiffin, the head coach of Hotty Toddy, Ole Miss, has an opportunity to really shake things up. He has an opportunity at his fingertips, and it's a good one, okay? It's a good one in terms of what I'm about to say. But the University of Florida has made their offer. They want Lane. They want him. That's who they want. They've made their offer, and it's, like I said, it's a mighty good one, right? So they've made him an offer that he can get $81 million over 6 years. They set the price. And when you break that down over 6 years, you're like, okay. That would be $13.5 million a year. Okay? The one thing that I can say about Floridians is that they put their money where their mouth is. Okay? They do. Just like Texans. I feel like they put their money where their mouth is. They're not afraid to throw some money at what they want. It's not a bad thing either, right? And when you look at his salary from Ole Miss, right, his salary at Ole Miss is $9 million a year, and that contract goes into 2030. So another 4 years, because we're in 2025, I guess 5 years, right? So he has an opportunity to stack on a couple $1 million more. You know? Oh, he leaving. He's out of there. He's leaving. He's going. He said, I see an opportunity at best, and they want to make me even more rich. I'm going. Sign me up. Where do I sign on the dotted line? And they were like, well, he wants to talk it over with his players and everything. It's like, what is you talking over? You talking about? Are you talking about how you leaving? Is that what you're gonna be talking about? How you're leaving? What y'all think? What y'all think about it? $13.5 million. $9 million. I said before, he's not leaving Ole Miss unless it's for a job back at Alabama. That was my thought, right? That was my thought. But when you look at it now, you're like, wait a minute. If it was you, would you take it? Would you go to the University of Florida for $13.5 million a year over your $9 million salary a year that you're already signed to? But then it's like, well, I made this commitment and I'm committed. But it's like coaches get committed all the time because guarantee if they want to fire you, they don't care nothing about that contract. They will fire you quicker than they can say Lane fired. I don't know. He may not leave. He may love Ole Miss. He may love it there. He may not want to go anywhere else right now unless it's for like in Alabama. But when you look at the opportunity, it's like, okay, I have an opportunity there. He has an opportunity to do something. He has an opportunity to shake things up. He has an opportunity to also be very, 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 very hated at that point. You leave and you go you're hated. You're going to be hated for real. So, in my thought process, I'm like, University of Florida kind of showed their hand a little bit, right? Because they know they're going after our guy. They said that this is the guy we want, right? But now, Ole Miss has an opportunity to do something quite funny. They could literally say, okay, we see what you're trying to do here. And they can say, we'll give you a contract extension. Or we'll give you some type of incentive or something. Like, give them a little bit more extra money. We'll give you a bonus check. They may give him a bonus check if he stayed. We might not ever know about it. But they might be like, okay, so your salary right now is 9. We'll make it 15. And we're going to give you a bonus check. Do they got the money for it? They do somewhere. They got a really strong alumni base. They got a really great foundation that does meals on the field every year, a collective or whatever. They better find it. They better find that coin somewhere. They better find the coin so they can cash that check. Because at this point, especially in football, they say what? Money talks and BS walks. So y'all better find some extra money. They offer him 13.5. Offer him 15. You got your 9, but we're going to make it 15. And we're going to give you a bonus check. This is what we're going to do because you need to stay at our program. We want you at our program, so we're going to pay you to be at our program. We're going to pay you to be the guy we want you to be right here. Right here. That's what we want you to do. So I don't know. I think it's an opportunity, and I can foresee him stepping into that opportunity and taking it. If money is a huge issue. We shall see, though. We shall see. Florida coming for it. Who else is coming for it? The NFL is coming for it. The NFL has been high-strung on so many fines this season so far. It's just beyond crazy. You get fines for certain celebrations. You already get fined for, whatever they deem as roughing the passer. You get fined for doing different expressions. You get fined for having a black towel like out of your uniform. You get fined for throwing the ball into the stadium. You get fined if you dunk through the goalpost. Like you just get fined for everything. At this point, just don't do nothing. And this here, I can understand, but I also don't understand at the same time because, yes, I understand it's the rule. But now I understand why it seems like the coaches and all them don't care when their player goes down with like the head coaches and everything. Because you have a head coach like Drabel over here. That's not his name. What is his name? That's not his name. That's not his name at all. I don't know why I called him Drabel. I just patted my head. That was so inappropriate to me. Okay. I have to read the fines too, because the fines is like, whoa, like they coming after it. Brian DeBall. I knew that, but I'm like, why did I call him that? I don't know why I called him that, but him and the New York Giants have been fined because when the Giants were playing, he went, what is the quarterback name? It's been a long week, y'all. Let's start over. The NFL is fining the New York Giants, their head coach, and Cam Scatterbo, as if he got enough money right now to be getting any fines. As if he got it to be giving it away. I mean, he got it, but I don't think he got enough to be giving it away. It's just my opinion. Okay? He's on a rookie contract. He need all the coin he can get. He need to keep all the coin that he can get, because he also looks like a kid that helps his family and all that. He got to pay so many people. He don't need to be giving up nobody's money. Nobody's money. But they're all being fined because their quarterback, Jackson Dart, went down and had to go to see if he was going to go into concussion protocol. So he leaves the field. They go into the blue tent. The rule is don't take your in that blue tent, essentially. Okay? Only people that can go in the blue tent is the player and medical staff. That's it. No coach, no player, nobody is allowed to stick their head in there, to stick their thumb in there, to stick their clipboard in there. Nothing. Stay far away from the blue tent. And apparently, Coach Brian said, "Oh no, that's our guy. We need him, because I be darned if I got to put Russell back in that game. I'm not putting him back in that game. I'm not putting him back in any game. He gonna sit right there on the bench. The only way we want him in is any means necessary. We don't even want Winston in there. That's not who we want. This is our guy. We want him." And you can tell that he really likes him and that he's fond of him just by the way that he interacts with him, by the way he lights up, he gets excited. He's, you can just tell, like, that's his guy, right? That's who he really wanted. You can tell, right? So he goes over to the tent and puts his head in there. But what kills me is he says a statement, I didn't go in there, but I went in there. I put my head in there. So, dude, you went in there. What is he talking about? You put your baldy head in there and ask him, was he okay? You ain't supposed to do that. You know that. Now, I could give a little leadway to Cam, because him being a rookie and all that, he probably, forgot, but don't know. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know what y'all teaching him, right? But we can give him a little leeway at him being a rookie and just being overzealous, right? You, though, you're a head coach. You should know this. You know what to do. You know what not to do. And then you're having a little discussion with the doctor on the side. You know not to do that, too. So, y'all got fined. The NFL is fining the Giants $200K as an organization, as if they got $200K be given away. Okay. The head coach is being fined $100K, and Cam is being fined $15K. They said, Scatterbo, you don't have that much money, so we're not gonna do you like that. But you gotta get fined, bro. You gotta give us some money. And this came after the investigation that the NFLPA was a part of, and they did. And it was like, although it wasn't a true violation, it gave the perception that he could have been saying something, that he could have been doing anything, even though the investigation showed that he did nothing, and neither did Cam Scatterbo do anything to impede on the what is it called? On the exam. They didn't do anything to impede on the exam, but you gave the perception, and because you gave that perception, you gotta pay. Chill. Don't have no attitude, because if you perceive to have an attitude, you're gonna have to pay. The NFL wants all of their money. Every dime they can get. Okay? Every dime they can get, they're coming for it. So y'all better to know. And they did say that the Giants are now taking more precaution to make sure that they don't violate the percussion protocol with the exam and the blue tent. Honestly, just before you go out the tunnel every time, just say, don't go near the blue tent. Stay far away from the blue tent as possible. Just stay away. Just act like you don't see it. Act like it don't exist. We gonna look somewhere else. Don't even look in that direction. Because if you're perceived to be looking in that direction, you might get a fine. So don't even look over there. That's what I would tell. But that's just my opinion. Okay? And carrying on with our NFL stuff, the NFL was like, y'all see what's going on with the NBA right now? Y'all see how they getting dragged through the media? Y'all see how they on Front Street and they have to deal with the FBI? Roger Goodell said, I'm not dealing with that. You will not put the NFL in a position like that. And let me tell you, if you do, I'm going to be coming for you. All of you. He didn't actually say that, but essentially, that's how I took it. That's how I would take it. Like, Roger Goodell said, you bet not dare try to do what the players and what the coaches have done over there in the NBA. That ain't the type of ship that we're running over here. And he sent out, the NFL office, and obviously, the NFLPA is always in on everything. What's on my shirt? I feel like I had a uniboob. Okay. I got distracted. Okay, I'm sorry. But the NFL head office, and again, like I said, the NFLPA is always normally in on these correspondence. Sometimes they help them write it, but they put out a notification to all of the teams, letting them know that they see what's going on with the NBA and their investigations and what they got going on in terms of the gambling and the betting and the rules and the fixing of the games. And they wanted to remind everyone that it is against NFL rules, regulations, and policies for you to be gambling and betting on player prop bets, and for you to be fixing games. And don't be going over there doing illegal poker either. They said you better think not once, not twice, 3 times before you think about committing an act like this. But we already know that the NFL has been cracking down as of late. I've reported on plenty of times where the NFL has, fined someone, suspended somebody, or whatever else they got to do in terms of gambling and doing illegal bets. So this is no surprise. The NFL, this is not nothing new for the NFL. The NFL has been saying this, but they just felt as though that they needed a reminder, a heavy one at that. I'm going to give you a heavy reminder. And most of the time, when this comes up, the league is going to cooperate. The league is going to do whatever they need to do. Because the last thing that they want to be a part of, they don't want to be no co-conspirators, for one. Right? You already got people in the organization, and they're being, cited for being co-conspirators. I seen something today, going back to the NBA, that I believe it was Kevin Garnett may be a co-conspirator in a fixed game back in 2019. So this has been going on for some time now, and they've been cracking down. But they wanted to remind you that you will be prosecuted to the extended form of the law if you think that you're going to come over here and do that. So don't think about it. Don't even think about it. You got the apps on your phone, just delete it. Because they will take you down. Okay, they will definitely take you down. And we are not going to act like this is something new. This is not nothing new. This has been going on for some time now. So, like I said, the NFL was just like, you better recognize for you try to do something crazy, because we're gonna take you out of here. Okay. And continuing to speak on what's been going on in the NBA with the illegal gambling and the FBI being involved. And like I said on my show yesterday, I'm going to bring this up. I have to bridge all this together. Hold on, y'all. Oof. But like I said on the show yesterday, this is not a new investigation. This investigation has been going on for 2 years, and it's still ongoing. Okay? This did not just pop out the air yesterday. They didn't just open it up yesterday. That's not how investigations work. That's not how money laundering and fraud and wire fraud and all that stuff. That's not how that happens. It's like people can go and people steal from the casino. Did I not do a story on this about 3-4 shows ago about Gil stealing from the casino? Okay, that wasn't they just popped up because he got arrested that day or whatever. That wasn't that day. They have been doing investigation on this, right? So these investigations are not just, we just wake up and one day they've solved the crime and they managed to connect 34 people to this. That's not how that works, right? So the fact that I've seen some people that's in the sports space that are supposed to be fact finders and fact communicators saying and making it seem like this just came out of the air within the last day, 2, 1 month, 6 months is really irresponsible, because that's not what's going on, especially when you have the facts in your face. The facts in your face tell you that this investigation opened up 2 years ago, back in 2023, when this was first triggered because Rozier basically fixed the game, right? Allegedly. So this has been going on for some time, and they've just been watching the patterns, because when they want to make sure they got you, they want to make sure that it's ironclad that they got you. Okay? And when you're dealing with the mafia, they definitely want to make sure they got you. Okay? So it's not something that's like, oh, this just happened yesterday. They just decided to wake up and just arrest 2 randos. Like, if think about it, if I wanted to arrest, if I really wanted to make a star, and I wanted to arrest 2 people in the NBA, just 2 randos, why would I pick those 2? Come on, y'all. Put your thinking caps on. You got to think over here. We make you think. Put your thinking cap on. Okay? If you're going to arrest 2 randos because you want to make a statement, because you're out to get somebody, you're not going to pick those 2. Those are the most 2 random old randos, in my opinion. Why would you pick them? If I'm going to pick somebody else Miami, it wouldn't be Terry. That wouldn't be my first choice. There's no first choice in Portland. I'm being honest. So we got to be more smarter than that. Okay? We got to be more smarter than that. And then I seen quotes from the Miami Heat. Obviously, they want to support him and everything, but honestly, I feel like saying nothing is probably a little bit better at this time, because Bam came out and said, we send our support. We support him. We're behind him. We're 100%. The coach was like, he's our family. Do I still got it on my phone? He's our family. We're behind him. Nope. I think it went away. Who got exposed? You know what?
Twice.
I'm not. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not. No. Maybe on the next show. But I can't shoot.
Grandpa.
Okay, I can't find the actual post. But like I said, I know Bam said we behind him, we support him, whatever. The coach came out and was like, we're behind him, in these type of situations or whatever. That's just, listen, zip your lips. One other guy, one of the other teammates was like, obviously that's our brother, but we don't know everything. So basically, we gonna just keep it at that. Like, obviously that's our brother, but we don't know everything that's going on. So we're gonna wait. He said, I am gonna wait to see what happens and what comes from this. To me, that was the perfect answer. Yes, that is our brother. He's on the court with us. Yes, we love him, but we don't know everything. We're going to wait it out. That was the perfect answer. Okay? Don't be giving and doing too much. Because at the end of the day, if he was fixing these games, if he was dealing with illegal gambling and doing everything that he was doing, it's wrong. It's wrong. Period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. It is wrong. So you can't stand behind the guy that's literally doing y'all wrong. Now I see why Jimmy Butler wanted to leave, child. He's like, this team ain't gonna be just sucking all the time randomly. And at the end of the day, if he did do it, he did know what he was doing. They're saying that they literally have evidence that he fixed the game, he pulled this stuff out, and then they dropped off a check at his house. Again, this is alleged. So you really can't support that. You really shouldn't be supporting that. I'm just saying. Home dog is throwing the game, fixing the game. And I've seen some of the clips. I gotta go watch the clips where they're saying, and they pulled it. This is what I'm saying. This is so strategic. They went back and got the film and got the highlights and was like, yeah, this is the game. You see this? You see what he's doing here? Yeah, this is when he was doing that. This is when the investigation is pretty thorough. It is, because listen. How do I know that he fixed the game and then that same day or the next day they had basically giving him a check, counting the money at home? And why would you do it at your house? Why would you do it at your house? Come on, man. Okay. I feel like if you're going to be breaking the law like that, if you're going to break the law like that, you shouldn't be breaking the law, period. But if you're going to do it, you gotta be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than that. You know, and another person that I would say that they have to be smarter than that is Jaylen Brown, because make it make sense, Mr. Brown. Make it make sense. So he comes out and gives a statement. You know, he is the VP of the NBA Player Association. And he says that he doesn't feel that the NBA does enough to shield players from incidents like this, from the illegal gambling, illegal betting. The NBA does not do enough to shield the players, to protect the players. Protect you from what? Stupidity? Is that what we protect? We're protecting from stupidity? Because if you choose to violate and break the law after you're making millions, sure, everybody ain't making millions, but you're all thousandaires, y'all are millionaires, you have the money, and you mean to tell me if I'm making $26 million a year and I throw the game just for me to make $50,000 one time, I think that's kind of stupid. This is my opinion. I think it's kind of stupid. And you already know that it is breaking the law and the rules. So if you know that, what is the NBA supposed to be protecting there? Maybe I just didn't fully grasp what he was saying, because I don't get how you want the NBA to protect you. They did protect you by telling you that you can't do it. They protected you by telling you you're going to get in trouble for it. It's illegal. You are on the NBA Player Association. They don't have these conversations with y'all. They don't tell y'all to make sure that you're not breaking the law. They're not telling you to make sure that you're not playing and setting up illegal poker games. What are they going to protect you from? By telling you that you can actually sports bet and you can do that? Sure. Maybe they can open it up for you. But if you're breaking the law, you're doing fraud and money laundering, allegedly, there's nothing more for them to protect other than their name, their image, and their likeliness at this point. So unfortunately, the people who are doing wrong are going to get thrown off the bus. Y'all got to go. Because they're not going to allow one apple to spoil the entire batch. I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. And I got the article here because I was like, I know for a fact that he did not say that. Or maybe he just, maybe he means like shooting them from the media, the spotlight and all that. But even still, no other sport is shielded. When the soccer player got alleged, when he allegedly assaulted a woman, that was all over the place. Conor McGregor, his alleged assault, all over the place. NFL players are killing people in the crashes and drag racing. That's all over the place. So I don't know. Maybe that's what he meant, but you know. But what he said is, they're like, you make X amount of money or X, Y, and Z. You should be able to deal with all the extra negativity. The people are approaching you about the parlays. Brown said Friday at Madison Square Garden before the Celtics faced the New York Knicks. It creates a negative discourse around the game and players when people have money involved. It's leading to situations that we can avoid if more conversations were had right now. I still don't think I get it. I still don't think I get it. If you got it, if you understand what he's saying, put it in there. I know there's a few y'all on here right now. Tell me if you got it. Type it in the comments. Because maybe I don't understand. Maybe I'm not understanding. Maybe he's saying we don't want people to ask us about parlays or tell us that we're part of that parlays. Do not, again, it happens in every other sport. Okay? And I knew for a fact, like when I worked for an NBA team and I worked for an NFL team, I could not bet. The app was not on my phone at all. And I had contact people asking me. I can bet now because I'm not working for a team. And I bet on everybody. Hockey is my thing. If you know hockey and you can bet on hockey, you make some money. But, I mean, what is that supposed to do? I don't know. I don't know. I think he's off touch a little bit. I think he's off-putting. And I just don't think that was the right comment, in my opinion. At least maybe not at this moment. Maybe when it passes by or something, then he could have sat down with somebody from the NBA PA or NBPA and said, hey, I want to come up with some type of statement where we can put it out and maybe the NBA can look it over or something. Like, if you're the VP, I don't think you should have been saying anything. That's just my opinion on that. But enough of him. Because that's enough. And last, but this is actually, it's political and it's also basketball at the same time. So I found this kind of ironic in a way, because if you just glance at it, what does it look like? What does it look like? The New York Knicks, right? And this is Zoran Mondani. You either know who he is or you don't. If you don't know who it is, I'm going to give you a quick little synopsis here. Mondani is currently running for the mayor seat in New York City. And as y'all know, New York City is the biggest city in the United States. So if he gets into this power, he's going to have major power, just like Mayor Eric Adams, right? So there's been a lot of heat around Mondani because he is a socialist. Is he a socialist or a Marxist? A socialist. Yeah. Y'all know I like to spread my facts. Which is weird because I don't know why he would do that anyway. Hold on. Okay. Yes. So, Mondani. he is, again, running for the mayoral. That's what I said, right? Mayoral? He is running for the mayor seat in New York City. And he has been docked as the socialist in New York City. And everything that is wrong and that probably could go wrong if he gets elected into office is what they feel like is going to happen. I did see a clip where he was saying he wanted to raise the tax so it can be like, I guess, a total of 52% in New York City. Obviously, if you make like $1 million. So people that make a lot of money, then he wants to take 52% of it. That's an actual video. I actually did see that. A lot of different things that he's trying to bring and put forth on New York City. And New York City is already falling apart. Okay? The New York that I once loved doesn't even exist anymore. It's gone. Okay? I don't know what's going on up there. You won't catch me back there no time soon. And to be honest with y'all, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna watch my tongue on this one. But Mondani felt as though it was the most appropriate thing for him to remake the New York Knicks logo into his logo for, purposes of, spreading the politics and putting it out there. So I'm the king of New York. That's what it said. And he used the logo. And like I said, if you quickly look at it, you're like, well, the Knicks, what? So you're trying to figure it out. But no, that's his name. That's his name. So it's his name at the top. It's his name right across where it would be Knicks. It says Zoran. And the New York Knicks was not happy about this. And rightfully so, because I don't understand why he thought that would be appropriate to do in the first place. One, that's connecting your ties to an organization that the organization has not come out and said anything to you, has not said anything that's embracing you. I get it. It's supposed to be the New York, but it's like, I wouldn't have done no like that. I just wouldn't have done anything like that. And it doesn't make sense to me of why you would do something like that, again, without that organization's consent, permission, or even just like giving them a heads up. So the New York Knicks have now sent a cease and desist for him to stop using this logo that they created, him and his team. Because it says at the bottom, I kind of cropped it out, but it says paid for by Mondani NYC. So he paid for it, so he did it. It's his. Okay, there's no denying that. You can't lie about it. And the New York Knicks also came out and was like, we do not endorse him. Let's just put that out there. All right, some comments were like, we would have never thought that this meant that the Knicks were endorsing him. Shut your face. Yes, you would have. You would have thought that the New York Knicks allowed him to do that with their logo, which to me is also, it's just disrespectful and distasteful. That's their logo. It's a storied history logo. Anybody's logo, for that matter. If you would have put it on the New York Jets or try to do it how the New York Jets do it or the New York Giants do it, I would have thought that was distasteful and disrespectful at the same time as well. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? That don't make sense. So yeah, New York was like, nah, that's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. You will not pull us in to no political scheme or political whatever you got going on. We don't want to be a part of it. Stop using our logo. It's disrespectful. They probably should have sued him too, but I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. But I mean, but you can sue for anything. You can sue anybody for anything. So if he does not stop, then they definitely will probably take even more legal action. But they were like, yeah, we're just going to give you a cease and desist to let you know, like, this got to go. And it's going to be hard now because everybody now has seen the logo, or it's now all over the place. Like, look at me. I got the logo up on my thing. I hope they don't tell me to take it down or something. Let me get this thing off my screen. But yeah, the New York Knicks is not playing about their iconic logo. And again, I wouldn't either. Take it off. Stop doing that. That's just, we don't want to deal with your ploys. We don't want to be involved in what you got going on. We're not part of your campaign. We're not a part of whatever you have going on. So leave us and our logo out of it. Point blank, period. Okay? And then we have some news from the USA Gymnastics. It's going to be my last two little topics. It's just two people. But Leanne Wong did win the silver medal in the all-around competition at the World Gymnastics. So congratulations to her. Remember the other day I was saying that she was in sixth place, I believe, and Kayla was actually in, I think, second or third. Kayla ended up coming in 13th, and then she came and capped it off, coming in with the silver. It would have been great if she could have got the gold, obviously. But she's been in the predicament before where she's had to step it up and had to compete. She's had to compete against the best, Simone Biles and all the other veterans of the Team USA. And she got the same accolades previously when she competed in the all-around. So very familiar ground for her. But a super congratulations for Team USA because it was looking kind of scary at first. But at least we made the podium. So congratulations to Leanne Wong and Team USA. Another congratulations is in order for Donnell Whittenburg. I think that's how you say the last name. So Donnell makes history as the first ever men's Team USA to win a gold medal on the straight bars. Hold on, y'all. I had it together so good until I had to name the event. Men's events are different from women's events, so it's like, wait a minute. Still rings. So we're going to say it again. Congratulations are in order for Donnell as he makes history, becoming the first ever men's USA gold medalist on the steel rings. He did that. So a round of applause for him at World Champions. And I think it's just amazing. Again, like I said before, I'm like, we really don't need to talk about the men unless they do something extraordinary, unless they are winning. And he is winning. So we are going to congratulate him. I'm super excited for him. And it's just like so amazing. Not only do you win the gold medal, but you make history at the same time. Like, that is just so amazing. So we are ending the show on a high note with congratulations to our Team USA Gymnastics winners. So far, that's what I know. I will keep you guys updated on what is to come, who takes away more medals. If we can get a team medal, that'll be absolutely phenomenal. But there is more to come as they're doing the games in Indonesia. As you see the little stuffed animals that they have. So big congratulations are in order to Team USA, both men's and women's. We love to see it. I'm going to hop off of here now. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching the Daily Dose with Des, the sports and entertainment show. I'm here various days of the week, and I'm super duper excited to continue to be building with you all. Please make sure, like I said before at the beginning of the video, make sure that you are liking this video. Make sure that you are subscribing, turn your bell notifications on. Comment of any topic that I talked about tonight. Comment below, because that really helps us get into the algorithm if you really want to continue to see us and what we're doing. If you want to support by getting either merch, or you want some customized merch, or if you just want me to come on your podcast or host or do some content creating, you can find me at these 3 different places. To get your merch, pglovesports.com. To just inquire about anything that I do or to work with me, you can go to prettygirlsmedia.com, or you can send me an email at media@pglovesports.org. You can subscribe to the free digital Tuesday Playmakers Press newspaper by also going to prettygirlsmedia.com, select the newspaper, scrolling to the bottom, and type in your email address. That's all I need. I don't need any of your other information, and I do not sell anybody's information, okay? So again, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you so much for being a part of the crew, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one.